Hi fellas, Knife back here again with a quick inbox review. Right, so on this review I'm going to be looking at Tamiya's Skyraider. Alright, so really nice looking kit. Well, I hope it is anyway. That I picked up from the Huddersfield Model Show for the price of £20. None of the bags have been opened. When I picked it up, the decals were all fine. So yeah, so we've got, let's see, box art with a nice B emblem. Then we've got the Night Riders and the first of the fleet. So they're the markings, so we'll have a look inside and see what's what. So bear with me. So starting with the instruction sheet, I'll see we've got some write-up about the Skyraider itself, and then we'll move on to first page in this normal Tamiya pull-out booklet with 17 steps. So first of all, we have the colour call-outs in Tamiya paint, all safety, what sort of stuff you'll need and all that sort of stuff, and what have you. Now we move on to the cockpit as is normal, with the pilot figure, the instrument panel. It looks like it's got a decal for it, so we'll have a look at that when we come to look at the decals. The main tub, which then slots into the actual fuselage, with all the paint colours. Then we move on to the engine and the cowl, whether you want it open or closed. And the cowl and the exhausts onto the actual fuselage itself. Well, that's quite interesting. The door flaps and the sides of the actual what's it called? Wheelbase all slot into the build itself, which is quite interesting. It's another way to do it. I'm gonna have to have a look to see if I can get round maybe doing that, because mind you, this should be a solid piece. So we'll have to wait and see, because I don't want, obviously you don't want to damage them as you're building it and painting it. The wing half's going together. Sorry, the wing half's going together, just like that. Moving on to actual adding the tail vertical horizontal stabilizers onto the wheels, and a bit more of the actual doors, the carriage doors. So the control surfaces, which you can have down or straight. Then we're moving on to the air brakes and tail wheel, or dive brake should I say, for the belly and the actual arrestor hook and dive brake. Onto the dive brakes on the actual side of the aircraft, and putting a lot of the dangly bits on, the propeller, the cannons, the canopy and all that sort of stuff, the pitot tubes. Then this is where what the Skyraider is known for, the ordnance that it can carry. So we've got 2 drop tanks and a big 2,000 pound bomb, so you can have either or, like so. So you can either put the bombs or the drop tanks on, all the other hard points for the rest of the weapons. So as you can see out here, we've got Type A, which I assume is some sort of missile, the air to ground rockets, some bombs, And then type C is the 2.75 inch rocket tubes. Okay, so you've got all those sort of things to put on, which is good, which is great. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. So I'm probably going to go for the bombs and possibly the fuel tanks, but we'll see. And then we move on to the markings. Make sure it's just that one, yeah. Markings, so that one there. And then we fetch in, that one's for the Thunderbolts, October 1966. So we've got that, and then we've got a separate sheet for the Thunderbolts. So that's for the B. We've got First of the Fleet in June 1965 with drop tanks and what have you. And there's the fuselage sides. And then we've got the Night Riders from April 1965. All got quite colourful markings on there, you know, the stripe. That's that one from the USS Midway is probably the blandest one. And then also the Thunderbolts with the B on the back. So yeah, looks like a nice kit. So let's get into starting with the decals. So these are Tamiya decals. So I'm not expecting them to be absolutely brilliant. They are quite thick. But yeah, we'll have a look at them, and we'll have a look at that when we get to it. And then we've got some of the other markings. So you can see there the lovely carrier film. Which ones would it be? So I might be able to get away with actually cutting quite close to the numbers and what have you, and getting rid of a lot of that carrier film, because I can see that one especially. Have a look, you can just see, go in the light, you can just see there the carrier film joining up. That would be quite hard to get rid of. Well, it all would be. So yeah, so it would be a case of having a look and see if we can cut close to the lines and do them individual. So the decals, other than that, the normal Tamiya fare, lovely colour register. They're just a little bit thick for my liking. Next on to sprue A. So we've got the main fuselage. And you can see some nice recessed detail all the way along here. This is going to be a big aircraft once it's finished for a single engined aircraft. Pilot figure, dive brakes, instrument cockpit, some nice raised detail on there, should look good. Yeah, so the wheel bales there, you can see obviously they've got a few jet pin marks. Shouldn't be too hard to get rid of, I'm assuming. Well, I'm hoping. But we should be able to get rid of there. But some nice detail in there. They'll take up a wash lovely. Okay, so that's sprue A. Sprue B is the lower wings, and you can see all the mountings for the hard points all the way along here. Gun chutes. Again, some nice detail, some nice rivet detail all the way along there. Some nice detail in the bay. Raised rivets for the belly dive brake. Yeah, some nice detail all the way along there. C, sprue C. We've got one of the drop tanks. The tail wheel, just there. I don't know how that will go together, but it's got some nice tread detail on it, as you can see. Again, some nice detail, nice plastic, typical Tamiya fare. On to sprue D with the engine. and the cowling flaps. Nice that they've well, let's see if we can get it in shot here, that they've got left the gap so it looks like it's open. The open and closed flaps for the engine, and yes, as a normal Tamiya, no flash. Even slightly drilled out exhaust, might want to make those a little bit deeper if you can. Careful drilling out with a nice pin vise, should be okay. But yeah, another sprue. And the last sprue, it's, well, there's two of them. So sprue E, you get two with all these markings, all these ordinates from the smaller bombs to the bigger bombs and drop tanks. So we've got rocket pod openings. Well, that might look cool. I might do that one. That'll probably pick up right nicely. Rocket pods. Wheels, some nice detail on the wheels. Yeah, should build up into a nice looking kit. And like I said, the other one is just a repeat of that. Clear parts, I'm not talking about the bag yet, but I will do now. Nice and simple clear parts. Lovely, lovely clear. I don't think I'll have any problems with those, hopefully. So there it is. So there we are, guys. Tamiya's 1/48 Skyraider. Alright. A lovely kit. Well, it looks like a lovely kit, so hopefully it'll build up well. I can't envision any major problems building it, but it will be part of a new build series. So stick around and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.